Here we are for another edition of GW Unspoken. I've got a very special guest here. I've got Andy Poynter. How are you, mate?
Very good, mate. How are you going?
Good, mate. Hey, thanks for coming over.
That's all
you
right.
knew this
It's a
was going to
pleasure.
happen, didn't you? You knew I was going to eventually convince you to come over.
I've been avoiding you for the
Have you?
last 6 months, and he's looking at me. He's looking at me.
Yes. And I say, come over for a feed and a
Yeah.
beer. And
Yeah, it got me.
yeah, I know what's happening here.
Yeah. God damn it.
Hey, mate, out of 5, how you feeling right now? Bit of a check-in?
No, I'm feeling good. Yeah. I'm a little bit excited to talk to you, mate, on a face-to-face version. So, yeah, 4 out of 5 I'll give myself.
That's high. Gee, that's a bit
End
of
of
pressure
the end
now.
of the term as well, mate. So,
Oh, gosh,
Bazinga.
I got you a good time.
Yeah, 100%.
What's something you're grateful for at the moment?
I was thinking about that a few weeks ago, just in regards to where I'm at in my life, and probably a big play on that is friendship at the moment.
Yeah.
Obviously, we both work together, and I've been at the school now for a year and a half, and I felt very included within the community, and like people like yourself and a few other guys at the school have really embraced me in that, and it makes me feel really grateful for where I'm at. And so it's friendship.
Yeah, mate. And you do a massive job there, like crazy busy. Each term, I think there's always something on and you're flat out, mate. So
Yeah.
it's a shame we try and come out for a coffee and try and drag you out. You say no, but when we do get you, it's your shout. So it's always a good little deal there.
Stitchy.
Stitch up.
Just like today, mate.
Yeah, exactly. We'll get into that. We're going to get you when we can. We know you're busy. You said you've actually listened to a podcast on the way over here, so I've got to be careful not to repeat some questions, but I will repeat this one.
Yeah.
How about you explain yourself within 30 or 60 seconds?
Ding,
Who
ding,
is Andy
ding.
Poynter?
Well, the last guy actually didn't. I counted it was more than 60 seconds.
Was he?
So, yeah.
Well, you can have a bit more time if you need.
My initial name, Andrew Poynter. My mum calls me Andrew when I've been naughty, so I like to change that to Andy. Makes it a little bit more informal. Initially from Yorkshire in England. Moved over here in 2005. I obviously played rugby league a lot of my life, and I wanted to spend a little bit of my time before I settled down playing rugby league over here in Australia, because English people look at the NRL and the rugby league over here is like the pinnacle. So I wanted to spend a bit of time here and embrace the Australian lifestyle and obviously the animals that come with it, but more importantly, the rugby league. So, but yeah, things didn't quite go as planned, but I'm sure you've got questions in regards to that later on. But
Yeah.
here I am.
Nice. And father of 2?
Yeah, I got 2 delightful girls.
Yeah. Lovely girls, very polite girls.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, they're good. I try and role model as much as I can in their eyes. So it's obviously challenging being just a dad. So, but yeah, I've grown up with 2 sisters who were older than me. So I was the favourite.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so my parents looked after me probably more than them 2. They actually will admit that. But yeah, I try and make it impartial, these 2. But they're both good girls. I'm really happy there.
I'm glad you brought
in my
them
life.
Yeah, lovely. Let's go through now a bit of your journey. I want to talk a fair bit about footy and connection, that kind of stuff. And I know you mentioned mateship earlier when we talked about what you're grateful for, so I'm sure that might come through with your footy talk. But let's go through your primary school, high school journey. What was it like for you? Was it hard? Was it easy? Did you like one more than the other? Was there any bullying? Were you the bully? Like, what happened in the schooling when you were at school?
So in England, it was slightly different. We had 3 schools. We had a primary, a middle, and a second high school.
Yeah.
And the first school, that's what they called them, was just literally a stone's throw away from our house. So my sisters went there, and it was just a typical school. I'm not going to lie to you, and if students do hear this, I was slightly mischievous. And I did often get taken up to the principal's office. And I think I do recall, I think one of the last years I was in primary, my sister, who was a goody two-shoes, walked past, and I was stood again out the front of the principal's office. And I do recall that because I remember going into her office and she actually bent me over a knee and smacked my bum.
She did?
Like saying, pull your head in.
Oh.
So I'm not sure exactly what it was, but my mum supported me saying that she picks on me a lot. So I'm going to go with that it was the teacher's fault, not my fault.
Right. You just got smacked because you just decided to pick on you for doing your work.
And then after that, sort of.
So I just want to work how that works. Okay, yeah. I get it now. Yeah. Go on.
After that, I sort of like started getting interested in sport. My mum and my dad were really good with obviously distractions. Like as kids, we get into mischief as opportunities arise, which is obviously extra time on our hands. So they filled our days up with swimming. So I swum like pretty much 7 times a week.
Jeez.
which was pretty full on. And in England, it's always cold and dreary, so not many outdoor pools. Are all inside, but they don't use the heating, so they're only 25-yard pools, so it's roughly I think 22 meters.
Okay, yeah.
But there's more 50-meter pools in Perth alone than there is in the whole of England.
Really? I'd like those pools. You used to push off, glide, nearly there.
Yeah, but you get cramped really quickly because you're pushing off all the time. And it's freezing at bloody 5 a.m. in the morning. I grew to hate that sport eventually. I do appreciate people who swim at an elite level. Yeah, the commitment. So my fitness levels were great from that. And then eventually when I got into secondary school, I just started trying as much as I could. So my parents put me in all sorts of different sports. Yeah. I wasn't that academic focused. Yeah. I ticked the box. My sisters are exceptionally intelligent and they've reaped the rewards now with their jobs. But my focus was more just on being around my mates, that mateship, and playing sport.
Yeah. Do they have a cane back over there in England? They have the cane, like whacking you with a piece of cane if you misbehave or not?
No, I think that was more probably your era because you're a lot older than me, mate. So, they should just spank my bum. Not sure which is better.
All right. So overall, then you enjoyed high school?
I did, yeah. So I grew to love specific sports. Yeah. One thing, like you talked about, like the bullying aspect and things, is I do find that when you're excelling a specific thing, I think you gain a lot of respect quite quickly.
Okay, yeah.
And one thing I found was like my sisters were very intelligent. They gained respect through their intelligence, but more so mine was like I could play like a variety of sports at a decent level, and a lot of students like who are older than me were actually very respectful for what I was doing. So they actually supported me, and I actually really enjoyed my school life because of the support that I got from a variety of ages, but more importantly, the opportunities I got given.
Okay. And so what happened after school? Did you go straight to university from there? What happened after high school?
So if we backpedal a little bit with that, so we were around 14, 15, and I started playing rugby league.
Okay.
My mates were pestering me all the time. Cognitively, I was quite good with the ball. I could run. I had good footwork. I understood how to play sport. So they kept pestering me to come down to rugby league. And I'd not played a game. And my parents were like, no, you're not doing that. It's too rough. Yeah. Eventually, we managed to get down there. I think it was about 13 or 14 when I started playing footy, or rugby, as we call it in England.
Yeah.
And we got to 16 years old, and there was about four boys in the team. We were on the cusp of actually getting professional contracts.
Wow.
The guy that year decided not to coach us. So we were like, we've got no coach. And this was like this is the day where, the year, sorry, not the day. This was the year where it was make or break for us. So my dad, who's got a soccer background, being a great human that he was, decided to put his hand up and says, look, I'll coach you. I don't know anything about rugby league.
Yeah, get the old manual out. And
I know the importance of this year for you. So,
how good's that? How good's the old boy?
He was he was inspiring. That was one of many things that he inspired me with. But yeah, he took us through the year, and all four of us signed professional contracts. So we, like you're talking about myself, so pretty much once I left school, I did a little bit of, because we left when we were 16, so like roughly in year 11 you could leave.
Yeah.
I did like 6 months working in engineering because I was going to be an engineer.
Yeah.
And I realised that I looked around the actual engineering factory and I was looking at all these old people that were just there, just doing the same old thing.
Looking ahead, where you're going to head.
And I was like, this is not me. I can't do this. So it really spearheaded my drive and motivation to do well that year.
Yeah.
And that's when, I signed with Leeds Rhinos.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what position were you mainly playing? Were you playing a variety, or did you have one you loved in particular?
So when a fullback was my jam.
Yeah.
I love fullback, centre, wing.
Yeah.
School level, I was playing more of a ball handling position, 6 or 7. But yeah, my main focus was this fullback position. I really enjoyed it.
All right. So, okay, I'm going to jump a bit around now. So what about the culture in the footy club? Was it hard on promoting or pressuring you on drugs, alcohol, that kind of stuff as well? Or like was that prevalent? Because I know it's prevalent pretty much in footy clubs, or was when I was growing up in the 50s. So was there much of that pressure around?
It was a very different lifestyle then. Like I've told my mum, so I feel I can actually say this because I will say I was on a podcast. So I was actually in a nightclub at 14. dancing to a song, I think Set You Free it was called. Me and my mate were dancing there thinking we were legends.
Set you free.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. And so I was probably consuming alcohol quite at a young age.
Wow.
So 14 onwards. Fake IDs, no one checked. You just walked in anywhere. You just had a stern look on your face, a leather jacket. That was it. Go time. But then once I started realising that I had an opportunity to be successful in something, I had the option. So you had your footy lifestyle, and then I had my social lifestyle with my friends that I grew up with.
Okay, yeah.
And I was trying to work out like how I could manage that.
Yeah.
And the bottom line is that I knew the value. My parents brought me up really well, knowing that like alcohol can come later.
Yeah.
Like the drugs was not even on the forefront.
Yeah.
From my eyes anyway, like it might have been different with some of the other footy players I played with, but for me, it was just more so like I'll be the designated driver.
Yeah.
I sometimes got pulled over by coppers and they were saying, "Have you been drinking tonight?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, I have." And they says, "How many pints have you had?" "Oh, I've had about 6 pints." "Oh, have you?" "Well, you need to breathalyze." "No, I've had 6 pints of cordial."
Oh,
6 pints of cordial. And they look at you, go, "Oh, what?" And I'm like, "Are you serious?" And then they test me and like, zero. And that's what I was. So I was the designated driver and actually got used to that because I knew the next day I needed to be good and I need to be training and I need to be on point when I went there.
That's pretty brave though, amongst your mates and doing that role model behaviour too, like, you know.
Yeah, it was. They took advantage of it.
Yeah, the boys.
Yeah, 100%.
Did you charge them fuel money?
No, I just.
You're too nice, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm a good mate.
Too
That's
nice.
what it is. They used to buy me cordial, mate, and soda. That's it. Blackcurrant and soda. I had pints of it.
So what do you call cordial? Just like normal Cotty's cordial? Like normal cordial?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know what you call it. Just like
flavoured and add water?
Yeah, but normally it's soda water. But it's like it's cheap as chips over in England.
Yeah.
Like you pay like $5 here.
Yeah.
And over there it's pretty much free.
Free for days, no drivers.
Yeah, exactly right. So no alcohol really.
Yeah.
Probably the catalyst for that was I played in that year that I was talking about with my dad.
Yeah.
We went out on the drink on the Saturday.
Yeah.
We were playing on a Sunday, and I was like, "Oh, this is bad, because I'm still absolutely blind drunk here."
Yeah.
We played this really big game, and I remember scoring a try. Sorry, I didn't score the try. I should have done, but I ran over the dead ball line and placed the ball down.
Oh gosh.
And all my mates were looking at me going like, What's
going
doing,
on?
mate? What are you doing? And I'm
Like
like,
that Forrest Gump, just kept running.
I did. And it was so bad. And then this was like an epiphany moment where I was like, I shouldn't be doing this, hey? Like I looked over at my dad, it's disrespecting him, disrespecting my opportunities that have been presented to me. So I just thought, something's got to give, and that's what it's going to be. So I changed that mindset. I'd go out and have a social drink, but if I played on say Friday, I wouldn't drink at all. If I played Sunday, my last day of having a drink would be Tuesday.
Yeah, so out of your system and
but it wouldn't be massive anyway.
no, okay. And so, we're on footy now. So talk about the levels you got to. Like you talk about rep footy, early age.
Yeah, I varied. I played so over in England we don't have like states, we have counties.
Okay, yeah.
So like my county was Yorkshire, so I played for Yorkshire at like under 16s level.
Yeah.
Which was fun. There's a lot of like boys that I've grown up with played alongside me as well. So and a lot of guys are respected. Progressed through the ranks. I did some uni stuff, so I played for England at uni.
Yeah.
When I went to play at Leeds, I played a few games at the top level, just in friendly games.
Wow, yeah.
But there's some stories behind that. It's all the political stories. Okay. And then I played. So that was professional for 4 years, and then I did another 4 years playing semi-professional before I came over here.
Yeah, wow. And what was the standard like over there compared to here? Was it better here?
Yeah, absolutely. My way I looked at it was that the Queensland Cup, which is what I played in over here, the top teams would compete perfectly fine with the bottom end of Super League.
Okay.
So they would fall into place fine.
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right. And so, and mostly still playing fullback, centre and wing was your position where you went?
Yeah. We there was a few boys that actually were vying for those positions, so we did rotate.
Yeah.
There's a guy called Marcus St. Hilaire Jr. who he played a lot more seasons of footy with me. Yeah. They eventually chose him over me, which is cry-worthy. But he was a good fella, a good mate of mine, and so we'd often rotate at fullback. So he'd play like a half a fullback, and I'd play another half a fullback, and we'd go to the wings, for instance.
Okay, all right. And so, how did you juggle that with uni? Did you do university then you did university over in England?
So initially I got to a stage where the epiphany of me being this full-time rugby league player earning millions and millions of dollars probably didn't eventuate. So I was like, well, I've got to have a backup.
Yeah.
I had all my qualifications from school. I just ticked those boxes.
Yeah.
But I just realised that I need to do something more. And my dad had his own financial advising company.
Okay.
So he was an IFA, an independent financial advisor. So he established his own business, worked hard establishing all of his clients. So he had hundreds on his books.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, you know what, it's there. So I don't mind doing finance.
Yeah.
So I went and did a business finance degree.
Okay.
So I did that for 4 years whilst I was professional by time, but then I also did it when I was semi-pro as well.
Okay.
So it sort of flowed in nicely. I got the degree, it was fine. And then I was like, well, do you know what? I actually want to, there's an opportunity because I played with a lot of Aussies as well. And they said, look, we can hook you up with a team over in Australia.
Okay.
So I was like, well, I want to travel. I want to go over there. I want to experience rugby league over here.
Yeah.
Okay. But I'll probably need to get some more qualifications. And then my mate, who I did the business degree with, he says you can do a top-up degree. The government pays for it, and you get £700, which is $1,400 in your back pocket per month. And it's a year. So I was like, I'll just do that then, because you can teach. If you teach over there, you can teach over here. It's very transferable.
Yeah, yeah.
And what I found was the club I was at in Ipswich was they had loads of school teachers there anyway, so they just hooked me up with a job. It made life a lot easier though. The actual lecturer at Sheffield where I did the course was a massive fan of mine when I played at Sheffield. So so pretty much everything that I should have done, I didn't need to do.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And so the university degree for teaching PE.
So I did business, and it was the next one was with PE as well.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so business and PE.
And then over here, who'd you play for then over here?
So I had two options. So I had so Ipswich Jets, and then it was the what they're called now, down bloody not Manly,
Wynnum?
Newtown Jets.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So down in Manly.
Yep.
And I was like, I'm in an ahhing, but the Newtown Jets was the player coach opportunity.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I reckon that's very time consuming. Yeah. They were offering me, I don't know, 25,000 or something like that to come over and do it. I was like, great opportunity, but I just wanted to come and experience Australia, not be tied up with something which I don't know, like it's like one of those
moments.
Moments where maybe that could have spearheaded a career in coaching.
Yeah.
Which is something which I could talk to you about, but I decided to go to Ipswich Jets because all my mates were there who I played at Sheffield with and Leeds with. Yeah. So they did a bit of time organising it all, and I sent my VHS videos over. Yeah. And Trevor Gillmeister was watching them, so he liked the Axe. Yeah. So he liked what he saw, and came over to the mighty Jets in Ipswich.
And how long did you play there for?
I did 4 years.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, 4 years.
Enjoy your time there?
Loved it.
Did you get a premiership?
No. The first year was it was an interesting one because like I was not used to the heat, and we came in the heart of summer, so it was like I think it was the February the 28th I set off.
Cooked.
I was cooked.
Yeah.
So I got picked up, I had jeans on, I had jumpers and everything, and the chief executive looked at me and goes, in his Aussie accent, I'm not going to go the Aussie accents. He's like, "Oh, you're going to be hot, mate," and I'm like, "Why?" And he says, "It's going to be a stinker today."
Especially in Ipswich.
Yeah, I was like, "Stinker? What the hell does that mean?" It's stinking here something. What's going on? And then within like an hour, I was like, what have I come to? It's like 45 degrees.
Losing 3 kilos. Oh, jeez.
I was like, I'm Harvey, I'm gone.
Holy hell.
Yeah. So.
And what about, when you talk about the Q Cup, is it a level of professionalism that's higher, or is it still the same? Like, did you find was there more video reviews? Was there more... I know. Did you have proteins given it to you? Like, was it a higher level of you know what I mean? What I'm trying to say, was it more professionals around the game?
There was. It was rugby league looked upon in a different light here.
Okay.
Like in England, it's all football, soccer. Yep. Like every single day, it's like at least 8 pages from back
on the paper. Yep.
Yeah, from a paper point of view. And then there's rugby union as well, which is bigger.
Yeah.
So you get a little bit tired of that. So rugby league is just the band of the north, which is the M62 band, which the motorway goes from the east to the west, and all rugby league congregates around that.
Okay, all right.
Whereas here, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
And I think people look on the sport in a different way. So there's people who've got a wealth of knowledge, actually are maybe not playing, but they actually understand the game a lot more than what others do there. So you can get a lot of information from various sources over here, not only as players, but from coaches, but as genuine fans as well.
Yeah.
So I found that quite good. And I think the pool of talent here is a lot more than over there.
Okay.
So when I first started training, like just the intensity of the training, just the camaraderie was still the same, but just the way that they managed the level of professionalism was just at a higher level, which was loved. I loved.
Yeah.
I just embraced it all.
And that would improve your game as well.
Yeah, exactly right. So, and then the Aussie fullback was he was a good mate of mine. He was like, "Oh, who's this fella?" So then we did like fitness testing, and I was dusting him all the fitness tests. So he was like blowing up deluxe.
Yeah, nice.
We played a warm up game. I scored 4 tries. He's like, "This is crap."
Who's this guy? Send him back.
Yeah. So anyway, it's good. Yeah.
And did you have a favourite player you played alongside, or hardest opponent that stood out, anything like that when you played?
So there's been plenty of good like players that I've played with.
Yeah.
So one of the guys that actually got to go over to England, because I obviously wanted to repay what people brought to me coming over here. So a guy called BL, so Brendan Lindsay.
Okay, yeah.
He played 5'8" for the Jets. He was really good, an exceptional player. Yeah. But he was a good human, like very respectable on the field, but also highly regarded off the field as well.
Yeah.
But he went and spent, I think, 8 years over in Sheffield after we departed ways.
Yeah.
In regards to playing against other people, it was ironically probably one of my good mates, to Bunyip. He was probably playing for, I think, for East Tigers at the time.
Okay.
And so he played at prop. He was an exceptional player, but I used to enjoy playing with him, but not against
him. But tough.
So he was called Danny McAllister.
Okay.
But yeah, he had an opportunity to play, I think, for Souths, the Rabbits. He went down there for one game, got knocked out, and that was his career gone.
No.
So, but yeah, he's a good human.
Do you miss playing?
In some ways, I do. I also had the intent of going back to playing. Yeah, because I met my girlfriend at the time, and she wanted to travel around the world. So I was like, well, there's an opportunity where we can go back to England, spend a bit of time with my parents, and then we can just travel to Europe and just do some of that. So we ended up traveling around the world for a year, and I was like with the intention of coming back and playing again. But after a few months, I was like, you know what? I actually don't miss it as much as I thought I would do.
Yeah.
And when I came back, I was like, I still love the sport, but I think it's time for me now to put the boots up and actually start giving back to the communities and start going on the coaching element. So so that's what my focus was.
Yeah, right. So you've done some coaching since?
Yeah, I've done a bit. Yeah, obviously from a school point level, I always like try and provide and grow like rugby league within the schools that I always get involved in. Yeah, I'm a big believer in growing sport, whatever their interests of the students are. I always want to try and provide those kids with those opportunities, even if it's a sport that I don't like. Yeah, it's not fair on me to not provide those with those opportunities. From a league point of view, I did some of the regional things. So I was involved in Met West 15s and 18s. Yeah. And then when I was down at my previous school, I was involved in South Coast, where we had a few standout players like Reese was there, and Toby Sexton and Brendan Piacura was there. So it was some good experiences, some talented players that came through. Yeah. But for me, like playing, like coaching from a regional level, some of the guys that you coach with were so unbelievable with their knowledge. Yeah. They go to some of the clubs and just get all of their intel from there, and they bring it down to the regional level. And I'm just like a sponge, just soaking it all up and saying, "This is me. This is my PD."
That's so good.
And that's what I just find it valuable, and that's what I feel it makes me happy now, because I'm still involved in rugby league, but not playing in a physical capacity, but more just providing so others can have that enjoyment that I had.
And when you watch TV, like the footy now on TV, is that more? Do you watch it from analyse it more, or you can just sit back and just enjoy the footy?
No, I'm still shocking, eh? I also analyse it all the time. It's hard now, though, because there's so much like politics and obviously the HIA ruling, which you've got to accept and embrace. But yeah, just some of the bunker decisions and everything like that don't quite go to plan, or something's been manipulated by somebody's fainted like an injury or because of a slight head knock. Those things, I've got to control my emotions. But if you extract all that, I definitely look at the structure of teams and how well they're performing and just their energy levels, etc. So I'll still do it, but I try and kick back. I just can't help myself. You're the same, mate.
As well.
You're the same, are you?
A little bit, yes. I was going to talk about footy coaching and who's got the best record of coaching at rugby league at our school, but I don't want to make this all about me.
I haven't coached anyone yet.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, it's Gary. Gary's the man.
Yeah, we won't go there, but thank you. You talked about this word a fair bit. I don't know if you mentioned it, but like you remember this, or notice it. You've talked about your dad. You talked about the teams around you, the people you play with. Respect. It's a big word for you, isn't it? Like, how does that unpack that? Where does it come from? Was it built from dad, and do you think that's where it stems from?
It's probably twofold. Like my dad was. He was an integral part of communities and the family. He was one of those people that he would just chat to people anywhere and everywhere. He wouldn't be fazed by anything, and even if he was, he never showed it. And I think that his giving and his care and just his concern for people that he would never know really opened my eyes and appreciated who he was. But yeah, he was a good human. My dad's passed away now. That's why I'm saying he was a good human. But one thing I learned when he passed away was that what was his traits that he was trying to show me and demonstrate me, and one of the big ones was just respect others. With footy as well, like I've grown up seeing players like achieve quite a reasonable standard where fame's probably got a little bit ahead of them, and I'm the better player sort of thing, and then there's that arrogance that kicks in, and I see that from an outer, and I just always like remind myself I don't want to be that person. Like I always want to look at somebody as just from face value. And give them an opportunity and treat everyone the same. And my mindset doesn't change from an adult to a student perspective as well. And I always remind the students that in class that like there's a respect here from that's got to be reciprocal from you. And I will not change that. Okay, but obviously we've got a line in the sand somewhere. But like I will respect you, and you've got to respect me. And I will never change that, because that's something that my dad definitely instilled in me. And some of my mates did as well, and some of them actually. He did it in a negative way, solidified that for me, that is an important trait for me. Yeah.
And I think it comes from all the stuff you do. Like I've seen you, talk to the whole college before, it might be assembly or something, and you use those words about opportunity, use those words like community, use those words like respect. And I love how you bring that together. And I think the staff respect that too. Like the staff go, wow, here's a guy actually role modeling the behaviour. But also we're addressing the kids. We're taking that line back. We're bringing the line back, the line in the sand you said, of this is where we should be to build a positive community. Like it's a human behaviour. We should be respecting each other, shouldn't it?
Yeah, I agree 100%. I think we're just a bit of a lost community at the moment. I don't just think just our school in particular, but just thinking on a broader scale. Like there's so many people that have obviously voiced their views on and the way we are lost, but that's probably why I love sport so much, is just that we've got the capacity to be able to extract all that away from students in particular and just let them be and let them enjoy something without having like the social media impact, like opinions, like all those things, even like books, just let it all be. Just be yourself and just enjoy some moments. And that's why I love my job, is just providing those opportunities for students and also staff as well, because staff gain so much from going out and taking a bunch of kids to a sport, because the relationship is different and that respect is so much more reciprocal.
See them in a different light.
From a school point of view. And that's one thing I love drumming to all schools that I'm involved in, and all students and staff, that it's just something that works. Sport never changes. Obviously, society changes, the world changes, decisions, opinions, but sport is sport.
That's a good point.
It just will be. And that's what I love, making sure that is out there within the communities that I'm involved in.
And so you said before, but you're loving your role now? You're loving your role here?
I do. Like I'm not going to blow up your own tires and stuff like that, but like people like yourself, like having you around me and a real positive person, like is such a warming experience. But just got genuine people who are seeing the value that I'm trying to instill within this community at school in particular. And they're buying into it, and you've just got to keep that rolling.
That's right. Yeah, that's good. I think especially a lot of the males are respecting that too, mate, and that's what they need, I think. Where's Andy in 5 years from now?
5 years from now,
you'll be 30.
Well, there's in there $40 million today for the lottery.
Yeah, did you put it in?
No.
No, okay.
I forgot.
You better go.
I don't know. I'm worried I might have had too much head knocks. I might make you in that nursing home with you, mate.
I'm 50, mate. I'm gone there. It's too easy.
You're cooked.
Yeah.
5 years' time. I think I like where I am at the moment in many aspects of my life. As we all get older, our kids obviously get a lot older, and our families diminish. Like over the course of the last 10 years, my family's been stripped bare of like a hell of a lot of them. So there's only me, my two sisters, my mum, and my uncle in Coffs Harbour alive now. So I think in 5 years' time, he's just spending more within 5 years' time and 5 years' time, spending a lot more quality time with my family, and sharing some fantastic memories that Australia can bring to me and my kids. And we don't really need to go overseas to see amazing things. I think they come with your family. And I'm a strong believer in that, and that's never going to change in my life. From like everyone these days, I think we all go through our traumas and trials, and I'm no different. But I think it really unifies us together collectively as a family, that it's everything. And I want to experience in the next 5 years more time doing things and gaining experiences and lifelong memories with my kids and my sisters and my mum and my uncle.
Well said. And I remember saying, like, try this with your kids too. I did it with ours the other day, and I said, rightio, what did you get for Christmas 2 years ago? Okay, what did you get for Christmas 4 years ago? Oh, no idea. What did we do as a family 4 years ago? Oh, that's when we went that overseas New Zealand trip. The memories. You remember the memories, don't you? But a lot of times our kids are all glossed up. I want the next thing, and the next thing, the dopamine hits, or the next, next present, and then a month later it's all gone. But they do remember the family members. So it's admirable, mate. It's good.
100%. I just want to keep doing that. Like I drove to Perth for the Christmas time, and they're going to remember that forever. So not as maybe on that scale, but I don't think I'll do that again.
No, it's a long way.
Far out.
Well, you're about to go on a bus to Townsville, aren't you?
Yeah, man. Yeah,
off to netball.
10 hours.
Giving some more people some opportunities. You're a legend, mate. Giving up your time for holidays. So
people, you can rant and rave, but like you just seeing these like these memories that grow in these kids throughout this year, throughout this week, is just worthwhile in the end. You see these kids like in years to come, and they'll talk to you about those memories.
That's
like,
right.
Remember we went to Confro 4 years ago? I'm like, I can't remember what I had for dinner yesterday. And they're talking to you like it was like yesterday. And it just gives you a real imprint of how much that means to them. And like, we can't change that. And that's why I love sport, because they're never going to remember what reel they saw or some trash they looked at on socials.
That's right.
But they'll remember those memories with the crew that they take.
100%. Well, they remember memories. Like, you won't be blowing up on the side of the court. Or are you one of those kind of people when you're watching netball? You just sit back.
I don't understand the game. It's too quick. All I know is that they blow a whistle, and then I'm like, all right, what did they do there? Was that contact? Was that stepping? What was it? And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I think it was that. And then they're blowing another whistle, and I'm like, oh, what was that one? And I do that for the whole week. So that's my life. So it's really like trying. So hopefully that was last year. This year, I'm going to be an absolute beast and just like be on the side of the court going, good call, umpire. I know what you're talking about there.
Well, maybe you could just strap them up like the NFL and just say, that was for offside, 3-yard penalty. Maybe you just...
I should do, yeah.
That'd be actually funny.
Yeah. No, I'm not. I'll literally just sit there and look at the parents that are blowing up at their kids going, that's not me. That's not me. That's not me. I'm never like that.
It's not.
No.
All right, you ready for some serious questions now? We've talked about a bit of your childhood, growing up. We've talked about a bit of uni, a bit of footy, sport opportunities, respect, like that.
As long as it's not anything to do with English literature, I might be English.
Too hard for me. That's too hard for me.
That's good. It's hard for me too.
Okay, you ready for these? These are some personal questions, and you're not allowed to say pass. Here we go. How does Andy protect his mental health?
I ride my bike a lot these days.
Yeah. You went this morning at 4 o'clock or 4:30 something.
Yeah.
Is that the secret to your 8-pack? Is that why you got that 8-pack walking around all the time and everyone else wears jumpers around you?
Yeah, that's it. Just,
Riding a bike. What got you into riding a bike?
So that year I had off,
Yeah.
we did 6 months traveling around Europe in a camper van. And for some reason, we always would stumble across people that were like-minded that wanted to drink alcohol all the time. So after like weeks and weeks of drinking so much alcohol, we're like, we can't keep doing this. This is like just sending me into an early grave.
Yeah.
My parents are down in the south of France. So we said, let's just go and get some time out with them. So we ended up, we're supposed to stay for a few days. We ended up staying for 2 weeks. But at the time, the Tour de France was going to a place called Mont Ventoux.
Yeah.
Beautiful, scenic place, like all vineyards, etc. It's such a nice place. Go if you want to go. It was like 1 million people spectating, watching the tour going up there. And I was like, you know what? I used to race mountain bikes when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I forgot to tell you that part. But then, I said, you know what? I actually wouldn't mind doing that. So I said, when I get back, because I'd made a decision, I didn't want to play footy anymore. Okay. So I just came back and just bought a bike. And then, that was and
then you loved it. Then you got addiction to it.
Now it's like 400 to 450 kilometres a week.
It's insane. You get less of that prison. All right. Here comes some very quick questions for you. Ready? Here we go. This has got nothing to do with what we talked about. So
his expression on his face is like really...
I want to try and make some of these tough, actually. Here we go.
Yeah, I'm not liking this.
What's your favourite chocolate?
I don't really like chocolate.
Oh, yeah?
No, I'm not a fan.
Lollies?
I went to Aldi and I was frothing pretty hard because they had Lion bars. And it's an English, like a Mars bar, but like with peanuts and stuff in it. Yeah. And that's probably my only go-to. So a Lion bar.
I don't know what frothing means.
Frothing means you're buzzing like an old fridge.
Oh, is it?
Excited.
It's frothing like you used to think like we used to ride horses and froth out the collar and sweating too much. Okay.
Well, it's not as gross as that.
Favourite music?
I'm actually in the country at the moment.
Oh, yeah. Here, another one.
No, it's nothing like that. Yeah, I suppose it is. Yeah, but I do like to mix it up. I'm a bit of a genre slut. Can I say that? I do like a little bit of R&B, old school R&B. Yeah, I like a bit of Eminem, 50 Cent.
My wife likes country music. Doesn't it all sound the same?
Well, it depends
Someone
if you listen.
breaks up with someone and they cry.
Oh, it's always to do with beer or trucks or someone broken hearted. But it depends. I listen to different songs. You don't have to listen to the same song all the time, mate.
They're all countries the same, isn't they?
No, it's like different.
Free country rule here. It's all about me. Yeah. Favourite drink?
Coffee.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm a coffee snob now. It's so bad. I really frown across a crap coffee. And I make my expressions known to my friends who I'm sitting with saying, this is crap coffee.
Oh.
So, I definitely have coffee. But I do like the old yellow, the oranges, Cooper's Middies for beer. Yeah,
we're not sponsored, but it sounds good. Shout out to Cooper's.
Cooper's, they're good. But it's mid-strength, so it doesn't give you a hangover in the morning, but it's very flavoursome and very fruity, but not quite robust.
Okay. I've heard that you've got some of your friends addicted to those. So anyway, do you have a favourite kind of coffee? Like, do you have the same coffee when you order it?
I'm so bad. So I usually have a small double shot flat white, a bit stronger, and then like a piccolo.
Oh, just another top up.
Yeah, a bit of a topper.
A top up.
You speak to an English person. You say, I'm just going to get a piccolo. They look at you and go, "Hey, what? A piccolo? What's a piccolo?"
It's a topper.
It's a little. A little. Yeah, it's just like a little shot of coffee with a top of milk.
Yeah, I know what it is. I'm just saying, is that what in England you call them a topper?
I don't know.
You don't call them piccolo?
No, they don't have piccolos.
Just the big ones.
No, I tried to get a piccolo over in England, and it was gross, so I gave up.
Okay, I tried to get a piccolo mocha once. That wasn't good. What's your biggest fear?
I suppose again it all embraces the family. I suppose it's like not seeing my kids happy.
Okay,
I like to see a smile on their faces, and when sadness is written across their faces, it makes me not happy with myself, and I'm very fearful that it's a bit of a trend in society, and I don't want that to track into my kids' future. Yeah.
I saw a bit of a sad face come across today when there was tuna pasta to one of your children. That was a conversation killer, wasn't it?
She said to me, I hope they don't put fish on my plate. I hope they don't put fish on my plate. Oh, I got a tuna pasta bake. I looked at her. I was like,
She looked at you and I saw the look and went, oh no. Yeah. And she's trying to pick it all out, in polite. Yeah. Lovely.
Well, Chloe loves it. So 50%, mate. You did well. Actually, more. I like it anyway. So
66.6%.
Yeah, 66. Yeah, recurring. Yeah, good.
Recurring.
Yeah, well done, mate.
You had to beat me
Smart
again.
then,
You
you
had
look,
to
eh?
say the recurring bit, didn't you, just to beat me
Yeah,
again?
it is.
Okay. What's your favourite food?
I like Italian.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a sucker for the Italian. I think because I've eaten so much pasta in my time for the carbo loading before games.
Yeah.
But I have definitely grown towards like Mexican style food over here.
Okay.
I never really had it over in UK, but UK curries hands down. Have a really good curry culture over there.
Yeah.
I'll give it about a C plus over here.
Oh. Yeah. I'm going to make you a curry again now.
Yeah.
And that's out. Favourite leisure activity?
Yeah, well, I wish, mate.
Just keep it G. Favourite leisure activity?
Keep it sensible. Again, like exercise is good. Socialising with my mates, doing things with the kids.
Yeah,
like take the dog for a walk. Really trivial things like that. I'm a simple human. I think most males are. Like, if you spend time with your family, like do things like walking the dog on the waterfront.
Yeah,
it makes me quite happy.
Nice. Do you have a favourite movie?
Like from a comical point of view, my favourite is Dumb and Dumber.
Oh yeah.
I can probably recite a fair few chunks of that movie. It's a cracker. I do like The Green Mile.
That's a cracker too.
Yeah, it's a great one. I used to use that a fair bit at school.
Did you?
Yeah, because it has got a lot of religious context, more than you realise.
It's rated M, is that allowed?
I don't.
I'll just go back and
don't
see
really
it now.
care. Yeah.
What about? Do you ever get into Netflix TV shows, like series shows?
I do. I'm a bit of a sci-fi-ish nerd. I do like. I like Doctor Who.
Oh,
So me and my kids often will have, this is real English, because we'll watch Doctor Who, we'll have a cup of tea, but when we have a cup of tea, they know that they're going to get a chocolate biscuit, hobnob, not a full chocolate, so like a chocolate digestive or something.
oh yeah.
So it all aligns for them.
Nice, it's a routine. That's cool.
It's a routine.
I like that.
Yeah, so we watch
Win-win.
that. Yeah, exactly.
Win-win. Favourite sport, is it still rugby league?
Oh, do you know, it is, but it's close behind. Like, I love, like, people, if we're ever listening to this, so sorry, but I do like cycling.
Oh, yeah.
And people might feel it's really boring, but once you get, like, every sport, the technical aspects and the skill involved in what they do, it's the most dangerous sport in the world.
Yeah.
Hands down. Like, there was
so fast. It goes so quick.
And they, like, people just break collarbones, break legs. Like, some poor fella, like, died last year because he went down to a ravine, knocked out, and he drowned in a puddle.
What?
So, do you know, there might be skinny and frail people. Like, you might not look at them like from a physical point of view, but like you read some books and some guy broke his collarbone but was determined to finish, and he finished, but he ground down all his molars to nothing because he was in so much pain. So, do you know, like, I've done a lot. I broke my leg in the time, but yeah, seeing some of those guys fall off the bike and just have nothing, like no skin left on them, and get back on and ride, like, it's like hats off to them. So I do appreciate what they do.
You're a swagger.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the worst trait in a person?
Oh, arrogance.
What's the best trait?
Respect. Yeah.
Respect. Goes a long way for everything, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Now, you have to only have one word answers to these ones. It's a word association game. Work.
Enjoyable.
Friends.
More enjoyable. Oh, I can't say that. Appreciate.
Okay. Animals.
Needed.
Soccer.
Love.
Camping.
Worthwhile.
Steak.
Medium rare.
Eggplant.
What?
I don't know, a bit random, wasn't it? Seafood.
Is that the
There's a lot of food ones here.
eggplants?
Who wrote this stuff?
Isn't that penis emoji?
Yeah, that is.
The penis.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that you like peanut. I'm saying, do you like the eggplant that you get? The purple fruit.
Yeah, we don't call it eggplant in England.
What do you call it?
I've forgotten. That's bad, eh? I'll come back to me though.
All right.
Have
you ever tried
aubergine.
Oh.
Yeah. There you go. It's a lifelong learning journey we've got, mate.
Okay. I've learned something today from some of your culture, which is great. Here's one for you. I've got two tough ones before we go to the last 5 fun ones. Okay, so here we go. 2 tough ones. Number 1, define masculinity.
Not have to do one word, do I?
No, this is
that's good. Treating everyone with the same amount of respect as they should be warranted.
Okay.
Yeah, I do believe that. Yeah, it doesn't matter what you look like from the front. I think being masculine is being able to treat somebody who is 7 foot tall the same as somebody who's 2 foot tall.
Yeah.
And then, I just feel like people are quick to judge from a face value point of view, and it can be from a physicality point of view, but like, they could be weak-minded. They could be just like so introverted or insular. They could be just something so self-obsessed. Whereas you could have somebody who is 2 foot tall, who's got the kindest heart, who's a great humour, who would bend over backwards for anyone.
Yeah.
That's, to me, is more masculine than that other person.
Nice. Well said. What does Andy see when he sees in the when he looks in the mirror? So not physically, what do you see? To help you out with this one, people say, I'm doing some goal setting at the moment, and they talk about what if you had to write your own eulogy? What would you want people to say about you? So how do people see you?
They see a front. They definitely see a front with me. Obviously, all the stuff that's happening. I put a front on purely based on the fact that I feel like I need to do because of my kids and stuff. And I do find that I suppose it flows in with that masculinity, is that I try to be strong in regards to poor times in life, adversity, etc. When things don't quite go to plan. So when I do look in the mirror, I do see sadness.
You do? From past or now?
Yeah, from now, from past.
Yeah.
And I look at often how that sadness can be dissipated. And I definitely lean towards like happiness through others, like family and just like connectedness.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
And with that stuff, with the stuff that's like you said, sadness, are you happy to open up a talk about any of that stuff, or you leave that for another time? What are some of the things that are you happy to talk about? Any of those things that actually are affecting you at the moment?
Oh, just the uncertainty, the fact that relationships don't always go to plan.
Yeah.
When things do break down, there's always going to be hearts broken. And you try and be that rock, which I'm trying to be. Yeah. But sometimes things, are more challenging what they often are seen. Yeah. And there's a lot of how do you put it? How do I say it? Like there's a lot of like fine work that goes on in a relationship that unraveling it's not as easy as you think. Yeah. So when you think, you can just click like a light switch or click a finger, like you can just move on. It's just that's not who I am. Yeah. Because there's a lot of time and effort goes into relationships, goes into life. Yeah. And like life's pretty short and it's worth living. Yeah. And those entwined like connections are really unify somebody as a person and unifies a family. And having some of those torn away is really tough for me. Yeah. Yeah. And I think it's tough on not just yourself, but I think we all walk around with masks on. So you're really open to say that. I really appreciate you saying that. Let's go to something, now that we're deep into the emotion stuff, let's go to something really serious. Andy's down to his last $20. How's he going to spend it? Well, I think $21 you can get a $40 million lottery ticket. So I think maybe one less than that. So maybe that. However, mate, I'd probably pie that off. And I reckon these are $6 each. We could get 3 and then we can get another friend. You can choose the friend. Who would it be?
If I choose a friend for a drink?
So me, you, and a friend, and it had to be someone from school. And I had $2 left then, so we can give that to a homeless person. Who would you give it to?
I think I'd take young Sculf. He's done a good job this term again, tying that PE department together. Yeah, he's done a really good job for a young fella. I think he's got a lot of leadership capability there. So he come across for a beer.
I like that. And the good thing is he's also bought into the orange culture as well.
He has.
So he's drinking them. So I agree. I think that's probably a good call.
Imagine, okay.
Kev's going to be blowing up deluxe.
Yeah, Kev can come along. He has to bring his own. What if Andy suddenly gets another, I know what your bank account's like now. So what if you got another $2 million? What would you do with $2 million in your bank now?
I often think that, because I like sharing things. I like surprises. If it was probably a bit more than 2 million, I'd like to have all my family debt free. Yeah, nice. And I'd do it secretly though. Yeah, good. So they'd be like, what's going on? I don't need to pay my mortgage no more or something like that. Or ask somebody how much money do you think you need if you you can just retire. Yeah. And just not say anything and then just chuck that money into their account. How good would that be? That sort of thing. So for me, that gives me a lot more happiness rather than saying, let's go and travel around the world sort of thing. Yeah, yeah. I just feel like setting people up friends and family, is something which is far more rewarding than just a holiday.
That could be like a TV show.
It could be.
That'd be very good. It could be worth watching. Imagine the people's emotion when they get the money and they don't even know it's from.
Yeah, it could be good. Can you lend me $2 million then? Let's see how it goes.
I've got $2 if that helps.
You must be getting $2 million from this podcast.
Well,
all the
this
sponsors,
this one's pretty good.
Cooper's Media coming on board.
Well, I think they should. Jeez. What if you had your last meal? Would it be Italian? If on death row you had to have one more meal, what would it be?
Yeah, probably a good pizza.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah, a good base. Yeah,
It's all about the base.
but I like no treble though. Hey, so I still remember the number 0011441535 551190.
Stop it.
That's the number from here if I wanted to ring to get my favourite pizza in Bingley. Mama's Pizzas Pro Fungi.
Stop it.
Just go and ring them
They
up.
won't deliver this far.
I don't know.
Cost you $20 for Uber Eats.
No, they don't do liver, mate. They do. I think they do a chicken.
Oh, that's so bad. You know, my next question was, do you have a favourite joke or quote to deliver?
The kids told me one. Said, like, Gary, do you want to be roasted? It was George. Chloe said when she woke up, I was like, yeah, okay, go on then. Says, you're so dumb that you put a AA battery in water and think it's an energy drink. I was like, oh yeah, that's good. I was like, morning to you too, darling.
Yeah, that's not bad. You know, that's good. She's going to claim one of hers?
Yeah, she's claiming it.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
All right. Last question.
Yeah.
You're stuck on a deserted island. Mm-hmm. You can only take 3 people.
Yeah.
Who are you taking and why? In the whole world.
All right. Well, I'll put the family aside.
Yep.
Like in the heyday, like I used to have a thing for Pamela Anderson when she was in that leotard, but not now. Have you seen her? Yeah,
no, I haven't.
She struggles, mate. She's a bit old.
Yeah.
So probably I'll say in a heyday, Pamela Anderson.
Okay.
Bloody hell. So 3, or am I one of the 3?
You can bring 3 others. There'll be 4 of you. What would you bring Pamela Anderson for, though? Just
she's got a really good personality.
Personal flotation device.
If we need some inflatable, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Understand.
That'd be pretty good.
That's thinking outside the box.
Actually, not in a gay way or anything. Probably Bear Grylls will be useful. Eh?
Yeah,
Get Bear, he could like make us a kayak.
Yeah.
Maybe kill us a yak or something.
Yeah.
You know, to feed
There's
us.
a yak on the island now.
Well, I presume so. It's an island that's untouched.
I've never seen a yak on the island, but that's okay. Well, it's your story now.
Well, if we drink a few more Cooper's Mids, we might be yakking, mate.
Okay. All right, yak.
And who else? Like, probably, I don't know, some comedian. Who do we have? I'd probably say, what's his bloody name now? Will Ferrell.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
my gosh.
So that's some diversity. There's 3 different.
It is diversity. We've got someone to give you a feed, someone to flotation devices if you do get off the island.
Yeah.
And then what was the other one? Bear Grylls. Bear Grylls is the feed.
Bear Grylls.
Will Ferrell for the funny.
Yeah, really funny.
Stuff.
Yeah. I reckon that'd be pretty elite. I would have, 4th would have been you, mate, but obviously you said 3, so.
Well, I'll be pretty hopeless on the island, really.
Hey,
It'd probably make you feel good on the island because you'd probably step up the plate more than I can offer.
Feel Good Friday tomorrow, mate, so we're on.
Go.
Let's go, indeed.
Do you have anything else to say? Have I missed anything that you want to talk about on the podcast?
No, I just think floating your boat, mate, you just your heart and head is in a great place in regards to what you offer at school, but obviously this journey as well that you're trying to provide for people listening. And I only think it's going to be beneficial for community people. Just to see like life in a different way than they may see it.
Yeah.
And, like I do. Like I sometimes get so tied up with just life itself. Like podcasts in particular. Like some things that I think more people need to listen to because it definitely enlightens us all up in a way that probably we underutilize, underappreciate. So I just thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you,
your
mate.
friendship that you provide, man.
Thank you. And you're a dear friend of mine. I know for a year and a half we've connected really well. And I appreciate you coming on and being vulnerable and talking about yourself and your family and stuff and your history. So I'm sure a lot of people get a lot out of it. So and get to know you a bit deeper, mate, like I have today. So thanks for coming on the show. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.